The power of Photoshop on the web so it works on any device you use. Now, I've tested this on a Chromebook, Windows, as well as a Mac device. Now, Photoshop on the web is the perfect solution if you do not want to install the full Photoshop experience or if you need access to Photoshop on a Chromebook. Now, it's part of Creative Cloud, and so it's not a free app, but if you already have Creative Cloud, then Photoshop on the web is a perfect solution for you, your students, and colleagues. Now, you can get to this website by typing photoshop.adobe.com or navigating to the Creative Cloud website. Now, the great thing about Photoshop on web is that it comes with all these advanced AI features built in. So we've got generative fill that we can use to replace objects. We can add objects into our images. We also have what they call Generative Expand, which allows us to take a small photograph and expand it. So let's go ahead and show you how these two features work on the web and just how amazingly accurate as well as quick they can be. So here on the main page, I'm going to start with Generative Expand. I'm going to click in, and here it gives me the option to now drag or drop an image. I've already prepared an image. Now you can see here we have our elephant in the foreground, and then we have that background image. Now at the bottom, you can see we have the AI already suggesting a number of things, so selecting subject, removing background. What I want to do is I want to expand the background. So what I'm going to select is I'm going to search for the crop tool. Here at the top, I'm going to go to crop. Now you can see Photoshop on the web has all the familiar icons available within this left-hand side sidebar. It also simplifies access to them by just allowing you to hover over any of these and then they open up the menu. So let's find our crop tool. Now, cropping is usually used to make images smaller. Well, I'm going to use it to make this larger. So I'm going to extend to the left-hand side. There we go. We're going to just zoom out a little bit. And I'm going to extend to the right-hand side. Here we are. Now at the bottom, the option is Generative Expand. So let's go ahead and click on this. Now we can add in a text prompt if we want to be very specific, but I'm just going to click on Generate, and I will let Photoshop on the web figure it out. So it's going to take in the context of that photograph, and now it's going to expand to the sides because that's what I've asked it to do. You can see here at the top, it is working through that image, and here we go. We have expanded the image. Now it gives me three options here at the bottom, so let's have a look at the other suggestions. We have this one or this one. Now I quite like this first one. I also like this second one with the clouds a little bit darker. Let's go ahead with this second option of expanding. We're going to do this one more time. This time we're going to expand downwards. So I'm going to just expand it downwards, click on Generative Expand, and again, Generate. It's going to read the information in this photograph and expand the image down. You can see again here at the top, it's working. It's going to expand my image, and in no time, I have a much larger image. Now, one thing Photoshop is really well known for is layers. They were the ones to introduce this, and so they are also in Photoshop on web. All the expansions that you've added using the generative AI have been put in separate layers. Here on the right-hand side, you can see I can show my layers panel, and then I can actually see all the different layers. So we can hide the various expand layers. So this was the original image, and here are the two generative AI expansion layers added to this. Now I'm going to take it one step further. I'm going to select my subject and remove it altogether. Now make sure you're in the correct layer first. So here you can see I'm in this top layer. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select all these layers and I'm going to merge them into a single layer. Now I can select my object. So here on the left-hand side, I'm going to click on Select Subject. It's automatically going to scan the image, select the subject. It's found the elephant. I want to remove the elephant, and I just want the landscape. So let's go ahead and click on Generative Fill. It's going to fill this in with more grassland. So I'm just going to type more grassland, and I'm going to click on Generate. Elephant will be removed, and replaced with more grassland, giving me this beautiful image that I can then use to add objects into. And here we are. Now you can see it's not perfect. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back to my selection tool and I'm going to select the lasso. I'm going to go all around this part of the image and simply click on Generative Fill and Generate. Now it's going to take all the information from around that selection and then fill my selection with content that is relevant to that photograph. And there we go. We have a background image. We have those trees. No more elephant. I can now work with this and add in my own choice of animal. So let's add in a meerkat. I'm going to select this area right here. I'm going to just type in a meerkat. There we go. And let's click on Generate. This is the first option. Not a big fan. So let's go ahead and look at what they have here. This is our second choice, or this third image. Now I quite like this third image. Perfect. Exactly what I'm looking for. I'm going to leave it as it is. I'm going to add some more storm clouds. So I'm just going to select the top here. We're going to just select this, Generative Fill, Storm Clouds. There we go. And we are going to generate some more storm clouds in that top left corner of our image. Okay, let's go through these different storm clouds. Okay, these are quite nice. So the beautiful white storm clouds. And now we're going to add in a reflective pool of water at the front. So let's just select this area here in front of our meerkats. There we go. And I'm going to type Generative Fill, Reflective Pool with blue water. And let's go ahead and generate this. Now again, it's going to take the information available, text prompt, and generate that subject or that object. Okay, we get a number of options. This is the first option, second option, and third one. I quite like this second option. It looks as if the meerkat is sort of sat. You can see the reflection here at the bottom of the meerkat in this pool. Now, one other thing that's built into Photoshop on web is quick actions. So here on the left-hand side, you see these little stars. These are quick actions. And you can see we can blur the background. We can do a black and white background, lighten it, darken it, medium contrast. We even have some different film effects. And as you can see, we can change the set time of our image as well. So let's go ahead and find one that we would like to use. So I'm going to just go here. We're going to go to the auto tone. Let's just click on that. There we go. It's automatically adjusted the tone of this image. We can also do auto color. You can see it makes it a bit bluer. Actually, let's go and stick to the original auto tone. Okay, we're going to click on auto tone. There we go. And then another one that we are going to do is late sunset. So go ahead and change the time of the day to a late sunset. Now I have a striking image that I can use in any other application I want. So I can use this as a header, a banner, maybe even as a Google Classroom header for a biology lesson. Or maybe this is the header of a new Google Sites that you're building with your students. Anything is possible. So if you have access to the Adobe Creative Cloud, dive onto your Chromebooks as well now, because you can start using Photoshop on web. If you do not have access to that, they have a trial available that you can play around with, see some of these things in action before you decide to purchase this for your school or before you put in a request to have it purchased for your students. I hope you found this helpful. A quick thank you to all the channel members. They make this content possible. If you enjoyed this, if you found it helpful, consider becoming a member as well by clicking on that join button. That's your way of saying thank you for the content, thank you for these videos. Now, if that's not a possibility or you don't want to become a member, subscribing to the channel and liking the video will make all the difference. In the meantime, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.